Hey guys, it's Friday, and I'm just now getting around to the rest of your weekly videos. My apologies. It's been a bit, it's been a bit crazy week, honestly. I was reading something about all the different movements that are happening, astrologically wise, and I kind of get that now. Just a lot of stuff shifting and making for bigger and better things. One of the things that Astro Sparkles, who I follow on Facebook, talked about was Uranus, and it's transiting from the end of June to the end of December. So really, I hate smudges. Really, we have that transit for the rest of the year. And again, the theme of the year is surrender and change and letting go and building better selves for our future. So there's a lot of the ongoing, continuing themes for that. One of those things is really acknowledging the self, and that kind of runs into our challenge for the week of self-control. For me personally, I don't have very many self-control issues. It's taken me a long time to get to this point. I used to have the issue of just speaking exactly what I thought when I thought it. Sometimes it was appropriate, a lot of times it was hurtful, sometimes it was purposefully hurtful. I'm a little bit better about that now. Making myself work out, that's probably one of the things I've gotten better at, because I realize when I do work out, I feel better after I work out. So even when I don't want to go to class, I don't want to work out, I don't even want to get out of bed, I do. Not only because I have to make breakfast for the kids and take care of them, but also because once I know I get moving, I feel better. And I think that's something that we all need to kind of grab hold on and, don't let go, because that's true for almost everybody. Other than that, my big vice is Dr. Pepper. I am wholeheartedly a sugar addict. I am constantly working towards a better me when it comes to health and food. It doesn't always work out. It doesn't. I've absolutely given up soda before. Yeah, it totally not a problem. Usually for a week after I've been sick in the fall and the winter. No, really, I have. I've given up soda before. And then I realized that I didn't miss it just for the sweetness. I didn't miss it just for the sugar high or whatever. I missed it because having a Dr. Pepper to me has become really a ritual kind of thing for myself for the morning. I have a Dr. Pepper in the morning. I have a Dr. Pepper in the afternoon. I used to have a whole lot more. Now I don't. Now I have a Dr. Pepper in the morning, and if I need it if I'm tired, which I almost always am, I have one in the afternoon. I enjoy it. It's my kind of solitude bliss. So it's not so much an addiction as it used to be. And I'm really proud of myself for getting to this point, because physically it really is an addiction. And giving up naughty foods, I call them naughty foods, processed foods, Pop-Tarts, corn dogs, all the things that I'm actually adding back into my diet for empty calories. Irony. I know. Yeah. But giving up all processed foods and, just making your own. Even if it's just buying a pre-roasted chicken from the grocery store, that's a whole food, right? You don't have to pay $1 million for it. Sure, it's probably not hormone-free, grass-fed, organic, gluten-free, whatever, but, there's always a compromise. Usually it's a compromise for the budget. But once you get to that point, a lot of vegans still eat junk food. That's compromise, right? Self-control. Otherwise, a lot of times I find people have self-control issues when it comes to relationships. They can't stand being alone. I know a lot of people who can't tolerate being with themselves because they don't actually like themselves, so they fill their lives with other people so that they don't have to be alone with themselves. They're obviously not ready to deal with stuff, whatever that stuff may be. That's fine. I've just never really, I've never had that problem. I can't understand that. I would much rather be miserable with myself than miserable with somebody else. Does that make sense? I think so. What else? Food. I love food. I really do. I've never really had self-control issues with food. Never had self-control issues with alcohol, but like it's everyone has like their theme, you know. For me, it's sugar and sweets, uh, and not to the point where I'm diabetic or anything like that. But I always joked if I was ever diagnosed with having diabetes that it would be very difficult for me to give up Dr. Pepper. It's the truth. It's the truth. Uh, Gracious, is there another wasp nest out there? Oh my gosh, we've been killing wasps on the porch. Like it's horrible. Ah, and the kids can't play out there when the wasps are out there. So I'm gonna get them good this time. Self control. I'm gonna get them. Got to get them at dusk. Can't get them now. I'll attack. Why don't they have self control and build their nests somewhere else? But realizing what we have control over and what we don't have control over is a huge part of figuring out ourselves and what we want from the universe and other people and other situations. So self-control really is a big deal, because if you don't have control over yourself, you're effed. You've nothing, literally nothing, okay? I don't have control over my hair. I'm stuck with a touch of blue everywhere. But that's okay. Self-control. Try again in a few weeks, and if not, whatever, I'll trim it. I have control over myself and the attitude that I have towards the things around me. I trimmed the dogs today. They were not self-control at all. They're very naughty. But it had to be done because it's like a bajillion degrees and we're going into August, and I know they have one more month left, and I was like, should I trim them? Then I'm like, yeah, I kind of have to. And then if we get the cold snap, I'll buy goofy sweaters. Compromise. Oh, gracious. But for me, self-control is usually about keeping my mouth shut. Truly, truly. But there comes a point where I won't say anything, and that is not a good balance, right? That is too controlling, because we have to have communication with other people. So it's a compromise in finding kind ways to say honest things. That's my challenge when it comes to self-control. And maybe polite ways to say not kind things. Yeah, that sums it up very well. So I hope you've had a wonderful week. I hope you've taken this challenge seriously, because they're like, oh, it's an easy week. It's a mental challenge. Get out of my lunch. I got a dog in my lap. No, the mental challenges are the hardest ones. These are the ones you should be journaling about. These are the ones you should be discussing with other people to get different insights. It might be an easy week because you don't have to go climb Mount Kilimanjaro. Yeah, sure, that's fine. But looking inside yourself can be difficult for some people as well. So if this was an easy week for you, good on you. We'll get you next week. If not, you've survived. I'm proud of you. I love you. And we'll talk to you later. Okay, bye guys.